True. The intro, you think you just want to jump?
I think I got the intro, man. We done enough. It's all good,
yeah, we
bro.
good enough.
Oh, started? Yep. Welcome to the Mongoose and Baby Python show. I'm Mongoose.
I'm Baby Python.
Now today we're gonna review the fights for UFC 174. Hell yeah.
Yay.
174. It was actually a decent card.
It was. It wasn't that bad.
Let's
Let's talk about something. Let's jump right into it.
That first card, the main card.
Yeah.
I always fuck up his name, man.
You know, we just went over this, did we not? It's Kazmat Shamaz.
I hate that. You know how them names be.
He looks like he'll be something out of Khabib's camp. Cause he has like this weird
Russian guy,
name.
bro.
Yeah,
his style. He got a Khabib-like style.
Yeah. No, they might be in the same camp.
Bro, that first round TKO was crazy, man.
Crazy.
Because hey, look, dude was squirming.
And
oh my bad, he was fighting Ray's McGee. Ray's McGee. Dude was on. It's like an insect trying to get out of a spider. Like out of a spider's grip. I felt sorry for the dude. I was like, oh shit.
You better move, brother.
I'm like, bro. Oh man, it was terrible, man.
You trying to get away from him?
Yeah, the whole time. And Chazmat, he just, I keep saying Chaz, whatever. Chazmat just wrapping him up, pop, dude, oh shit.
That's how you control ground pound, you feel me?
Man, he was controlling shit out, dude.
He might be somebody to look at.
Bro, dude didn't have a chance.
Nah,
he didn't have a chance because it was like a daddy. It was like a daddy wrestling with a son. You know what I'm saying?
Too big, too strong.
Yeah.
Come here, son.
Give up yet? You give up yet?
He's like, no, Papa, no.
I'm like, man, I can't say he could have did better because he's just too good. Well, he's in a welterweight. Yeah, it was a welterweight fight.
I feel like he might be somebody to look at.
Bro, he is, because he
knows how to dominate.
We didn't cover the card last weekend.
True.
But
we're gonna take a hiatus, a little break. We all need breaks.
I believe he fought last week.
Did he?
Yeah, because he said,
right up.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, snap.
Two fights in 1 week, man.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. That's
crazy.
He a special breed of fighter, man.
Crazy.
He's more than a killer, man. He's more than a killer. He's a different breed of human.
I ain't even think about that, man.
Think, man. You know how hard it is
to fight 2 weeks in a row.
He's just that damn
back to back.
He's that damn good.
That means you fought last week. You trained this week. However you need to train, but you have basically almost no recovery time.
Right.
So like if you hurt, injured, any cuts, bruises you may have sustained in the fight, you sparring, you got protection on. He had to fight and then show up this week and fight again.
But at the same time, he's still just as ready. Cause only a week. He's still just as ready for the next fight. Cause it's only been a week of him preparing for the last. Since he fought the last fight, he prepared. I said a couple months for that fight. Now check this out. Also, the upside of that is fighting within a week like that. He didn't have to cut. He didn't have to cut as much weight.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he was already on that shape, that diet.
Right. So that fight was in the bag.
Yeah, when you come out of the fight, you want to eat, but sometimes you don't want to eat, depending on your injuries, or you know what I'm saying. You just kind of, basically he knew he had another fight coming, so he knew he had to keep his weight. But still, that is a feat to be had.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for him.
I give him props. I give him a check.
Right now, he's the welterweight's Khabib.
Yeah, basically, that's what I was thinking. He might come out of his camp too, though.
They might. So
we saw he fought closely like Khabib does. I think he has more control over the ground and pound, but he's one to watch.
Hell yeah.
Kazmat.
No, Chazmat, man.
So now we got
Chazmat, yeah.
And this is kind of funny because it's 2 welterweight fights back to back. Now you got Alex Oliveira, right? Oliveira, and Peter Sobotta.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about last night's card was everybody on the right-hand side won, which I've never personally seen, which is funny. We don't get to everybody, but everybody on the right-hand side won the fight last night, which is funny.
I ain't noticed that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like,
I didn't notice that.
nobody on the left hand side, huh?
For real?
For real.
I ain't noticed that.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I promise you. Hand on the Bible.
Alright. I believe you.
Anyway, that was a decision fight. You know what I'm saying?
But Oliveira put us, but that was a good fight.
He's not a. I'm not gonna. I don't want to rush and say like he's a legend, but he's an old school. He's an older fighter. You know what I mean?
I say like a veteran, like you know.
A veteran.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the word I'm looking for. A veteran. He is a veteran, so he has more ring time. I've never heard of Peter Sabata or whatever. Sabota.
Yeah, me neither.
Really?
Yeah.
So that was kind of an expected win. Maybe he just took that just to kind of like get his ring rust out. Because I ain't seen Alex in a
little. It was groove back.
Yeah, get his little groove.
He fought somebody. I can't remember who he fought.
I personally haven't seen him.
I can't remember the last person he fought. I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember the last person he fought. I want to say. Damn, I can't remember. No, never mind. I was going to say somebody else, but that was a lot.
I remember him losing a couple times, which I was kind of salty about. So that's why I'm like, I feel like he took this fight to get his ring rust and get it back. But rightfully so, he still won by decision. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He dominated for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Nice little.
That snap kick he had, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah, he was doing some damage on Peter.
He was trying to bring out the old Alex.
I was like Oliveira versus Peter. I was like Oliveira got this.
I mean,
I was Oliveira. I'm like, but it's like Oliveira. It's like he's good. He's good, but it's like he can never beat the top.
No, he can't. That's the thing.
Like he can never beat the top guys.
That kills me. That's why I'm like, I can't say he's a legend because for some odd reason he looks scary and tough and like kind of crazy, but he just never.
Once he gets to the upper echelon of fighters, it's like he loses.
He doesn't deliver. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, this Peter fight was kind of expected. Like, it was one of those fights that kind of, he's not a rookie anymore, but it just keeps him in the game. It sustains his place as a veteran. You know what I mean? But like you said, he can never be an upper echelon type fighter. But so, good fight for Alex. He won by decision. Non-championship fight though. Anyway, but I wanted to harp on the two welterweight fights back to back. So that means those four guys could see each other at any point.
Ooh,
you see what I'm saying?
If Oliveira fought, if he fought Chazmet
got him.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Because he fights like how Khabib fights. You know what I'm saying? He got hands and he can control the ground. Even though Alex is a BJJ kind of person, you know what I'm saying? He can maneuver out of some things, but the way he was dominating
that pressure and control he has, I don't see anybody
doing the same weight class. Not like Alex does look big, but he's no bigger than any other welterweight. He just looks big. You see what I'm saying?
I don't even feel like he looks big. I don't think Alex Oliveira looks that big.
Maybe I'm just tiny. I don't know. You know what I mean? But all right. So Alex got that. The fight was nice, but it wasn't nothing to really go crazy about. So light heavyweight fight between Paul Craig and I don't even know.
I don't know how to say his name.
I'm gonna take a nice little test on that. What's his name? Gadzhimrad.
What the hell did you just say?
Anyway, he lost.
Yeah, he did.
First round, what was it? No, it was a triangle choke, man.
Gadzhimrad, and his last name is Antigavlav.
Huh? I just give up on his name, bro. I don't see him being.
I don't see him being nobody either. His name's too long.
So come on, nobody.
His name's too long, and he lost in a triangle choke. Come on now.
First.
You know what I'm saying? First round. 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
He had to work his way back up for real.
Yeah, like, come on now. That ain't nothing. Like, you just got whooped on. 2 minutes to see your fight. Triangle choke.
Man.
Got him. So. Coach, I got him, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That was an easy fight for Paul. And granted, I'll be honest with you, last night's fight, besides Alex and Antonio, and obviously the main card, Robert and them. Oh, I mean, Carla too, but it wasn't many people on this card that I really knew. Alright, I guess. Never mind. We'll get to that. Anyway, I've never seen either of these guys, is what I was getting at.
Like the lower part of the main card?
The lower part of the main card, I've never seen any of them for real. Except for Oliveira.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, Oliveira should not be in that conversation of a bunch of no names like that. So that's just something for him to work on.
It's kind of
I hate to keep saying that.
Disrespectful comment with your names.
It is. But anyway.
The fighters, they watch this podcast. They're like, oh, it's calling me a no name. Fuck these guys.
Don't get mad at us. We're just reporting what we see. And that anyway should motivate you. If I was a fighter, it would motivate me. Oh, you think I'm nobody? Let me show you. You feel me? Right. So anyway, they had a nice little fight.
Next fight.
Carla
Esparza.
Yes, sir.
And what's her name? Marina
Rodriguez.
No, Marina Rodriguez.
One by the way, she is.
I thought.
12.
I thought Marina was gonna knock her out. Like before the fight started, I was like, Carla. Cause Carla's last fight I remember, I think she fought Cynthia Calvillo, and she won the fight technically, but a lot of people feel like she lost the fight. Okay. But anyways, I felt like Carla Esparza. I felt like she's already done enough in the sport. I'm like, well, I don't know why she keep fighting, but you know, fighters love to fight. If they do their passion, they're gonna keep fighting, and they have every right to fight. Shit like that. Now Marina, I thought Marina was gonna knock her out.
You did?
But going in the fight, watching the fight, Carla was taking her down majority of the fight, like controlling her from the top and takedowns. But I ain't gonna lie, Carla, she took some damage. She see her face, especially after the fight. I was like, God damn, you want this shit? Like,
in the judge's eyes, you really won.
But hey, she did win. She had a lot more. She had a lot of takedowns. Mm-hmm. And Marina, I felt like she needed to work on her jiu-jitsu, work on her ground game, cause I feel like I shouldn't say because it's easy for me from watching. I said she could easily defended those takedowns and got up from the bottom. But you know, she's in there with her, and I don't know her skill set. I don't know her skill level. But
woman to woman, they had.
I know.
It out, you feel me?
A lot of people. I guess I say a lot of people had their money on Carla, and
I did. I thought Carla was on, man.
I thought she was gonna. I don't know. I'm horrible. Like, I thought she was gonna be a washed up fighter quick. I thought she was gonna quickly become a washed up fighter, but
I know what you mean.
She still got it. I shouldn't make no assumptions like that.
She controlled that, like you said. She controlled the takedown game. So it's like if you can impose your will on somebody, it kind of shows how much of a fighter you really are. And low key, she's kind of a vet in the women's division. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like there's women vets out there, and I think she's one of them. So I expected her to win, low key. I said if she would have lost, I'd have been like, dang.
I'll tell you one thing though, she would never become the strawweight champion ever again.
I don't know about that either.
You know, you got too many badasses up there. You got Joanna, you got Wang Lee, you got Wei Lee, you got Rose, you got Andrade. Like just them four up there alone, it's like
something that,
how you getting up to that mountain?
Yeah. Like how you taking a car? What you doing? No, I feel it though. No, you're definitely right. Carla, she could be up there, but like you said, with those type of people, it's not happening. Especially like, I'm not picking Rose out in a bad way, because actually Rose is probably my favorite on that list in the women's strawweight, and we talked about that last video, but Rose, if you try to get past Rose to get to the top of the mountain, basically she would have to start with Rose. And the only reason I'm saying start with Rose is because Rose, as we talked about in the last fight, does not have knockout power. She has accuracy, and she knows what she's doing. Right. So if she lands a clean shot, it's over for you. And that's how she used to rock people and win all these fights. She knows what she's doing. Her technique is phenomenal. It's unbeatable. Like, her punches are like, kicks, all of that are just sharp. There's no like, I'm just throwing this, or I'm just like kind of getting it, or I might get it. It's a bitch. Right. It's quick, fast, at you. You feel me? And with that type of accuracy, something that can't be stopped. So if you coming in the ring, if you coming in with Rose, you got to be on point, and you got to be able to knock her out and dominate her. Whereas, what's my girl's name? Who did she just fight? Andres, right? She is strong. Like, she's a tough ass fighter, like a big girl. So if you can't get past Rose, who just has accuracy to rock your shit, you get to them other girls who are like, they sitting like men. They got men fucking strength. They
another thing, Andrade, her wrestling I think is better than Carla. More aggressive, more intense.
All of that.
So if Carla couldn't get past them, man.
She couldn't. Because you're not getting past Rose to begin with.
Because those two are like sub bosses. Then Joanna and Wei Lee is like bosses. You know what I'm saying?
Check.
You can't get past a sub boss. Ain't no way you get into it.
You feel me?
But yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Now, how you like that heavyweight fight?
That heavyweight fight is nice. Now, the thing about this submission, it was an armbar, right?
Yeah, an armbar.
So, what I'm a little upset, this is a kind of an older comment, but just hear me out. Alexander Gustafsson. You remember way back in the day, that was the first UFC cover, right?
I think so, yeah. Him and John Jones,
right? Now, when we watched that fight, given the time period, whatever have you, John Jones at that time was probably the best of the best. Unstoppable, unbeatable. Yes, John got in trouble, went down the bad road. But before that, let's just stick with that time period. John Jones would be the greatest fighter of all time. He would have been the next Anderson Silva had he not gotten in trouble and done all this extra nonsense that he should have been doing.
Right.
But let's harp on their fight for a minute. Alexander Gustafsson was literally the only person who stood a chance against John Jones. It was the perfect matchup. That they could have been phenomenal rivals for years to come, right? And because John Jones messed up, it didn't happen. You feel me? Now, the reason I bring that up is because when you saw that fight, Alexander Gustafsson was moving around the same way John Jones was. He had length. He had sharp elbows. Now, granted, he didn't throw them exactly the same as John Jones did. That's why he ended up losing. But he was literally the only person who put up a fight, and we were like, oh, he's having a tough time right now in that ring. Everybody else, John was just going through. You knew, like, oh, you won this fight. You dominated this fight. Either he knocked him out, or he dominated so much that you just knew. Even if it looked like he was kind of in trouble, he wasn't. Because, you know, when John get in the clinch or whatever, you may hit his ribs, whatever, but then he'll kind of give you a nice little quick, small shove and quick elbow, right? And he was the champ at that. And, you know, use his knees, utilize everything in the clinch.
Fucking scary with elbows.
Scary.
That's like,
and so Alexander Gustafsson was the only person who was right there with that man. The only person. Now, let's forget about all of that and bring it to current day. This man should be rocking people. He should have took John Jones' spot, and he didn't.
I mean, remember they had a second fight?
Even then.
Years later. But he did worse.
He did worse. That's what I mean. I don't know how you go toe-to-toe with the pound-for-pound, almost greatest fighter of all time. Could have been. It's just his little setbacks and get-ups got in John Jones' way. How do you have that potential? Everybody sees that potential on a national, big scale. And literally was like hanging in there. It wasn't like he was in there doing crappy at all. He did the best out of any fighter John has ever faced. John even admitted, like, that was kind of a scary fight. Not like that he thought he was going to get knocked out or anything.
I feel like Alexander Gustafsson now.
He's fucking shitty.
I don't call him fucking shitty. I wouldn't say that.
He's fucking shitty.
But, like the way I see him now, I feel like he's so stiff.
Yeah.
He's stiff as fuck right now.
That's what's killing me.
And it's just like, I feel like he's afraid to, like pull the damn trigger. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. I don't see the energy. Energy ain't there.
I don't see it either.
And
but you see it when he fought John Jones.
Hey, me and my brother was texting each other during the fight.
He almost looked happy, but go ahead.
Like before the fight, it was right. Because I know Verdun, I feel like he hasn't fought for a while. And I was like, I told my brother, I texted, I I think Gustafson gonna. I think Gustafson gonna knock this dude out, knock Verdum out. Then Anthony was like, I don't know about that. He was like, low key, Verdum came in here in shape. Cause you know Verdum, he always got that flab on him. But I was looking at Verdum, I was like, he actually kind of in shape for this fight. I was
Sound big.
First round, put him in that armbar. I was like, oh,
ridiculous. Break it. Break no.
And I was lazy with my predictions this card, bro, because I would have got all my predictions. I would have got this is about all my predictions wrong except for one.
Let me. But that's what I mean though. The whole right side won last night, which was weird.
Man,
now, the fact that he got this armbar off so slickly. I really don't even want to talk about it because I'm just upset at Alexander. Like, I'm just upset at Alexander. Because I promise you, I was so excited for this man's career. I was like, John Jones the GOAT. And yeah, I want to see John Jones kill it. I was a John Jones fan, wanted to see him, Johnny Bones, whatever. I wanted him to kill it, right? We even watched those fights and everything like that. I was like, he about to be the next Anderson Silva. Cool. I want to see that. I'm excited for that. But then I said, you know what? Alexander Gustafsson is going to be that guy that has his match that we're always going to be like, oh, hell yeah, I want to see Alexander and John do it again. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? It could have been one of those things to where maybe they fought one last time for the third time. John wins, whatever. But then Alexander is always that second contender, which isn't a bad story to have. You know what I mean? Because who knows? You might slip up and become champion.
Right.
We're not going to be mad at it. It keeps the business going. But he literally had this energy. And to know, I think what I'm really so upset at is that John Jones missed his career too. But if Alexander would have just took his place, he should have just took his place. And that's what's fucking me up. It's like, how do you go from this fighter that has crazy potential, hanging in there with one of the GOATs?
He's just on decline right now. He's just on decline. I feel like
right now,
cause
he's been on a decline.
I think I remember him saying he wanted to retire.
Did he?
Yeah, Alexander Gustafsson. But like he wanted to. But what he wants to retire off of a win.
Well,
but it's like I think he's had two losses in a row?
I think
so. 2 or 3 in a row.
This
but so
shitty.
I'm like, if he doesn't win this next one, he might as well retire with a loss and just hang it up. Don't be like BJ Penn. Don't be like BJ Penn. If you're BJ Penn, his ass can't come back and lose. Bro, your record already looks suspect as a Hall of Famer. Just stop.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, you fucking up your Hall of Fame right now.
Right, like, bro, just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the shit hits the fan.
That's another story. I wanted to get into BJ Penn.
Okay.
Nah, we
gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
Hella more to talk about. So, let's go down to our the co-main event now.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you right.
You ready? Okay, yeah. I'm making sure because that little armbar it killed me. Anyway, light heavyweight co-main event. It was Mauricio Rua.
And Shogun.
Yep. And Antonio Rogeri. Antonio Nogueira. I don't know his middle name though. Nogueira, but I don't know his middle name. So, it's about the Nogueira brothers first. They are all great fighters. They are all great fighters.
Nogueira got his arm broke by Frank Mir back in the day.
That's disgusting. Why would you say that?
I can't remember which Nogueira that was.
It was
Was that Antonio or was the other one?
No, it was the other one. It would definitely be Antonio.
Okay.
Antonio lost this. Okay.
How'd you feel about the fight? It went to decision. How'd you feel about it? You feel like he should have lost, or you feel like it was a good decision? I feel like Shogun. He rightfully won that fight.
I'm gonna say it was a good decision. Good decision. I do think that Shogun I think it's a good decision because he did show that bit of like, hey, he's moving around nice. He's getting some little kicks and punches in. It's the way Shogun was moving that I think solidified it for the judges' eyes. I feel like they kind of went a little bit more off of. They always go off of the card, but I feel like they kind of judge that strictly card basis. You know what I mean? Because some fights you can see like, oh, that nigga got his shit fucked up. I see why the judges picked it up.
I feel like Shogun won that fair and square. Shogun like.
But that's what I mean, though. I feel like it was a good decision in that sense, in the sense of the judges went off what the scorecard is supposed to be. I don't know if that's making sense. What I'm trying to say.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying, but I'm trying to explain it in the sense of like, cause some fights. Let's take Andrej and Rose's fight, right? Remember that she had that fat ass eye? You know how like, if they'd have said Rose won, you'd have been like, what the fuck? Because they going off the scorecard, right? So in this sense, I feel like it was a good decision like that. Like, if somebody had like a whole busted up, cracked open face, 20 different places, that happens sometimes where somebody's like more fucked up than the loser. But that's usually because they KO'd that person. But in a decision win, the person who had the fucked up face would have lost. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody be like, oh, I can see why. This one was more like Shogun went in there and put on a show professionally. Like, this is what martial arts is about. Like Rose wants to do, but Rose needs some knockout power. She gonna keep getting her shit right. I don't know if that makes sense.
Going into this fight, I was like, man, what year is this, bro? What year is this? It was like, it's just two old motherfuckers.
That's what I'm
fighting.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, God damn,
yeah.
what the fuck, right? They set this up like 10 years ago. Well, this is like the third fight.
He's heavy. He be moving his body side to side. Like, what's up?
Hey, you know I didn't like how Nogueira came in with like horrible striking technique.
That's what I'm saying. He be moving his body like
that. He be
ready to wound up his punches.
It's like he came in like man, we fighting.
He gonna round him up, like I'm telling you. You right to have him on.
I mean, he got power.
He got hella power.
But it's like the way he was. I was like, oh, this dude old for real, bro.
Yeah, little old man. He been in a couple tussles.
But Shogun, his striking was still superb, man.
Yeah.
Shogun, his strike, he was a little flabby. He got that old man flab now. You see him? See his body?
A little side, little love handle. Yeah, kind of jiggling. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
man.
He put on a good show though.
I say they two vets that deserve a vet fight.
And see that shoulder hit though? That wasn't even a proper take. It wasn't even technically a takedown. Remember that shoulder hit no girl. Shogun, I was weak. I was like, damn, they just shoulder hit this dude? Like,
hey, what about, remember, what's the name? Usman.
No, that was different though.
Yeah, it was different.
I remember it was,
but still, I feel like the shoulder becoming
you know how Shao Kahn do on Mortal Kombat? That's how it was.
That is what it was. That's true. They like heavyweights, man. I guess all that weight, how you push back.
It looked low key like an accident. Like Shogun lost his balance a little bit, and Nogueira just took advantage of it, like by instinctual split second, and hit him with the shoulder. I was like, damn, what the. That was weird. It was cool though.
Yeah, it was. Something you don't see every day in the UFC.
Right.
Or in MMA, period. But like, it was a light heavyweight fight, co-main event, and Mauricio Shogun Rua definitely won. Still in the sense, I hope that made sense earlier, everything I was trying to say. If it didn't, whatever. But I hope it did. Good fight. Two vets that deserve a veteran fight.
Now, before you get to the main event,
okay.
Robert Whittaker and Darren Till, who did you expect to win between those two? Robert, same here.
Robert, that man. Robert got hands. Sorry. Darren Till is strong. My
problem with Darren Till, like I told you about him, he's like on and off. He's like, he's here, he's not there. He's here, he's not there. No, because like, he's always like, he wins one, loses one. It's a flip of the coin with that guy. But when he goes against a superb fighter, you already know who's winning. Mm-hmm. Not Darren Till.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dude moved up a weight class to fight Robert Whittaker.
It's not happening.
I'm like, bro, Robert got your ass.
Robert's a little crazy too. Robert knows how to turn it on and turn it off. I don't even think like he kept saying Peter Yan in his final form.
Yeah.
His final form. That was not Robert's final form last night. Robert has this thing about him that's like, I'm not even gonna compare him to no other fighter. He just has a nice intensity to himself. Like he just has this nice intensity to where like, if he really wanted to, he'll fuck your shit up, and he knows it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not his final form. I feel like he's one of those like real live anime characters. I feel like he can punch you and go through your stomach.
I always love Robert Whittaker, man.
I just something about him. No homo. You know what I mean? It's something about that man.
You don't have to say no homo.
You my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's my nigga.
Yeah.
He cool as fuck. He'll fuck your shit up.
Hell yeah.
Robert Whittaker, that nigga. That's all
He is, bro. He is. Here's the thing, man. Like I knew he was. I'm surprised he didn't TKO Darren Till.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, he fucked.
He came close to him.
He fucked his knee up though.
Did he? Before the fight?
During the fight.
Oh.
Yeah. Robert Whittaker fucked up Darren Till's knee.
Oh, well that makes sense.
He hit him. He was doing that. Like when you hit above the knee.
Yeah.
Kicking that shit.
Yeah.
I think Darren Till after the fight said he might need surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it stopped his movement. And I know Darren Till was saying that he feels like those kicks should be legal.
But the little oblique.
He was like, it's kind of like it's not an oblique kick, but he was like standing side to side, pow, kick right on the knee right there.
Them should be. I feel like we should talk about that at some point. We can talk about it now, but what do you think? Just real quick. What do you think?
Low key, I feel like that move should be illegal.
Low key, right?
The reason I say that is, if more people end up doing that, end up using that move, people are eventually gonna say, "Fuck it, go full blast into the knee right there," or if it's just hitting above the knee right here, somebody might accidentally like miss this above the knee right here, hit the person right in the knee. You know what I'm saying? Pop they shit. You know what I'm saying?
It is a low key.
Like
that's too, though.
I'm like that should be good because you can snap somebody. You can easily get injured that way.
Easily.
It's like that move has.
I feel like when somebody initially did it, they did it to warn somebody. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, don't get too close, nigga. I'll fuck your shit up, right? But they knew what they were doing, and whoever did that initially in the first fight, it worked, and we was like, oh, that's pretty, cool. But then fighters started adapting, and like you said, if more people adapt to it, then it becomes this normal thing. Eventually, somebody can get their shit snapped in half, and it's gonna be disgusting to look at. So I low key agree with all of that it should be illegal, at least for UFC. Now in a street fight, you better fuck somebody's shit.
Oh hell yeah, street.
I'll fuck somebody's
Street
shit
fight. Oh, there's an opportunity there. You take that opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck that shit.
When life gives you lemons, and I'm spitting. But no, on a serious note, like that should be illegal, like, because that's bad enough, like, because we all know if you've done any martial art, even been in the ring, whatever, or MMA in general, even just a simple kick to the leg, if you do it properly, right there above the knee, will damage your shit and have you like limping and walking slow, because that muscle and all that fiber is just being eaten up in the back of the knee.
That kick like right into the knee, right here, right in front,
directly in front.
Right.
That's damaging. Ooh, that's scary.
Deadly as hell.
That's why even football made a tackle below the knee or above the knee or whatever to the leg. However, they got the thing now that you can't do that in football anymore. You can't really attack the legs no more in football for that very same reason that you shouldn't be able to kick somebody straight forward. Now imagine for all my Taekwondo fighters or anybody that really uses like their feet more, Muay Thai fighter, whatever. Imagine if one of them kicks your shit. It's over. Your shit is popping. Because they know how to use their feet. They know how to use them legs.
Right,
MMA is mixed martial arts. So a lot of people, majority of people that's in MMA usually know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and boxing. Right? There's very few practitioners like that know Taekwondo or know karate, like Anthony Pettis knows Taekwondo. My man,
boy Thompson,
karate. You feel me? Who was famous for it way back in the day? He was even Asian.
Lyoto Machida.
Lyoto Machida. full-fledged karate practitioner. You feel me? And these are people that are the embodiment and what the UFC truly, truly stands for, which isn't bad. But my main point to that was, what if one of them kicked you in your leg like that? It's over for your shit. It's really over. Because that kick is coming like crazy. You know what I mean? It's coming accurately, so it should be illegal. But to get back to the main point of this was that Darren Till may need some surgery on that.
Yeah, and I don't think he should come back right away to fight. I think he needs to take some time off. Get his head straight. Not just to heal the knee, but he needs to get his head straight. Mm-hmm. He needs to get his game plan together. Because right now I feel like, I don't want to say he's winging it, but he's not in a space where he could like fight the top fighters right now.
No, I couldn't see that.
Like his losses were.
I couldn't see that either.
His last losses were Masvidal. Before Masvidal, he lost to Tyron Woodley. He lost to Masvidal. He lost to who did he get knocked out by? I think it was Masvidal. He got knocked out. It was
Masvidal, most likely.
Then
what I remember.
And now against Robert Whittaker, the top echelon of the welterweight, or definitely not middleweight.
I think what it is, why Darren's getting so many fights, is that, for one, he is a good fighter, but like you said, it's off and on. But for two, he has automatically, even if you just look at him in general, he has an intimidating presence, which is weird to say. But when you see like when you look at his back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He has like kind of a broader back. Even the way he stands is kind of like a little further, like he's gonna kick you more, but he doesn't even. He stands like he knows what he's doing with his feet. You know what I'm saying? He has this intimidating stance, this intimidating presence. He looks a little bigger than what he is, but he's just not.
I don't think that's what makes him stand out and makes him get fights.
To me,
I think gets some fights. His personality. He's like, I don't fucking care. I'm Darren Till. I'm the gorilla.
Who does the gorilla want next? Everyone and anyone. I don't care.
Anybody can get it. Right. Anybody can get it. Like I don't care. I'll knock you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like,
shit talker.
You know, and this kind
that was great, by the way. That was good.
Off topic. He was trolling Matt. He was trolling Mike Perry for the longest time.
You know Mike, he don't need to fucking Mike Perry.
That's the wrong person to be fucking with,
that's
right?
The wrong person.
You better
I'll back your old ass up. Oh, okay, buddy. That shit was hilarious.
But yeah, aside from that,
let's get back to that.
I thought Robert Whittaker and Dan Till was a good main event.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty. That was a good main event to watch. You feel me? And I mean, I said it already. When I say my little points, I be meaning it. Like that was not Robert's final form, so I'm not mad at the win. Went all 5 rounds, so it proves he can be a champion.
You know who I want Robert to fight next?
Who?
Well, he ain't gonna get it because I know they're trying to get it. They're trying to get somebody else for the fight. Because you already know Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
Is gonna fight. Sure, they're trying to get him to fight Paulo Costa next.
Really?
Yeah, they beefing right now. But if Israel Adesanya beats Paulo Costa, I want Robert Whittaker to get his rematch against Israel. Like, okay, I love Israel Adesanya.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
I do too.
But Robert Whittaker been my dude before Israel's my dude.
Really? Well,
yeah.
True.
So and the last fight he had with Israel, that wasn't the Robert we know.
But Israel got them fucking hands.
But that wasn't the Robert we know. Robert Whittaker came in there, if I remember correctly, he was trying to rush Israel. Like he's trying to rush Israel. He wasn't calm. He wasn't doing his game plan. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, bro, because when I was watching, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, bro, be careful. What the fuck are you doing? I'm like, you gotta be careful right now. But remember, he got caught. He got caught by Israel.
Yeah.
He got caught. And Yeah, it was lights out, but.
He said, yeah, it's like, got lights out for Russia.
But I feel like he should get a rematch.
Okay.
He should get a rematch.
I'm not going to disagree because I do like Robert too. And like I said, that was not Robert's final form last night.
He could beat Israel.
I don't know about
he could beat Israel.
Israel now has ring time. He has backing of fans. He fought the GOAT that he's becoming. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. That's that ego. That's gonna hype his head.
But
eventually, bro, look at this, bro.
The way he moves is so
okay.
slick.
What about this? When Israel fought Yo Romero, you remember that fight?
I know Israel won.
What the fuck?
Nobody won that fucking fight. He won, but nobody won that fucking fight. They wasn't even touching each other. They were scared. They booed him. Everybody booed him all 5 rounds. Israel did a couple leg kicks, you know, and Romero was just, bruh, you're the one person with the perfect arsenal to beat Israel, and you did nothing, absolutely nothing.
Sir.
Man, I'm just saying, when Robert Whittaker fought Romero, that shit was a fucking war. He wasn't afraid to go in and fight Romero. Like that first fight, yeah, he beat Romero. That second fight, questionable, but he came out there alive. But when Israel and Robert Romero fought each other, what are these two niggas walked in afraid of each other? What are y'all doing? This nigga Israel. Like a big ass tree trying to think about how he's gonna beat this big ass rock. You know what I'm saying? This big ass rock is just sitting there.
Two force items.
I'm like,
how do we work together?
Everybody booed them. I mean, I was with my brother watching that fight. Like they was booing, and at first my brother was like, "Oh, these casuals are booing. These casuals." Yeah. He said, "They were casuals. They don't understand martial arts. They don't understand." It was like 3rd round, bro. I was like, I'm booing these niggas too. I was like, man, that was ass, bro. Yeah. It's like if Romero put in work in that fight, he could have got a rematch. If he had, you know what I'm saying? If he had put in work and lost, Romero could have got a rematch against Israel. But nobody wants to see that shit again.
Because I mean, but Romero, I still feel like Israel will win because Romero just hits hard.
Bro, no, Romero he doesn't just hit hard. He's a fucking Olympic wrestler, bro. He's intense and he's so fucking powerful. He can like get in the inside and just fuck your shit up. Cause check this out, bro.
Like, go ahead, I'm gonna let you.
Israel, bro, it's like. Yeah, you know how Pokemon is, right? You know, you got the grass Pokemon versus the water Pokemon. Yeah. The grass Pokemon beats the water Pokemon. I don't know how that works, but let's say
the little days. He could throw the little green. You know, blades of grass are actually pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watch Pokemon.
Anyway, what was I saying was, okay, Israel is like watertight.
Bugs don't.
Romero was fucking. He was a grass.
Get that, you a goat.
He was a grass type in that fight, but he used nothing he used nothing to beat him. He had all the advantages, all the strengths to combat against Israel's weaknesses. He used nothing. He didn't even try. What the fuck? Why did you show up?
Because the water drowned the grass.
If I was there in a while, I ain't paying these motherfuckers. Like, I ain't paying these motherfuckers. They come here to show up for a pay. They literally just came here, walked in the ring and said, let's not hit each other. Let's get paid. I don't know, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? But
a lot of passion there.
I bet that's still a fight that pissed me off.
Just a lot of passion.
This past year.
I think that
was January, right, when that fight happened. January or February that happened. I think it was January. But anyway,
It's alright.
But yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Passion. It's okay. Anyway.
Let's move on, man.
Yeah,
I went on a little tangent right now.
Let's just recap what we just went over real quick to let them know. So, like I said, everybody on the right hand side won last night. That's Robert, Shogun, Mauricio, Fabricio, Carla, Paul, and Alex. Alex and
Chazmat.
Yeah, Chazmat.
How you say it, man?
So
Chazmat.
It was overall. I think it was a nice little card. Wasn't nothing to necessarily write home about, but it was a nice card. What do you think? All in all,
it was a good card.
Okay, so
it was a decent card.
Yeah, feel the same way. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears to Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is talking about maybe coming back. It's more like rumors and more like like he just said,
He said he wanna come
I'll
back.
stop such and such.
But if he does come back, he wants to be a triple UFC champion.
How is that even possible? What does he want to do?
He wants to go
flyweight.
He wants to go to featherweight. He fought as a flyweight, became champ. Fought as bantamweight, became champ. He calls himself Triple C because he's also Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, which makes sense.
But like he's gonna be a true Triple C of the UFC bars. Ha! No bars, bullshit. Ha! That's horrible. But he's gonna have to fight Alexander Volkanovski. The guy who beat Holloway twice. Because then he had to go up featherweight. He's going to be a small featherweight. But give him some time to pack on. Well, actually, also, he is kind of a small featherweight because, you know, they're gonna cut more weight than he will.
Because what's that, 135?
Featherweight 145.
145, see?
So,
he went from 125 to...
But the good thing about that is he could pack on more muscle, though.
He could.
Pack on more muscle.
So wait, so he tried to come back strictly as a featherweight?
He didn't say that, but what he's saying is he was talking shit to Alexander Volkanovski, saying he wants to come back. He just might come back to fight him and win the title off him. He submitted himself as the greatest of all time, being a triple UFC champ. Something nobody ever did.
Sure.
But that's all hearsay right now.
That's all hearsay. I personally kind of don't want to see him come back. Not because I fuck with Henry Cejudo.
But if he didn't fight consistently,
exactly,
I kind of don't feel like watching him.
And then you going up a whole nother weight class again? Nah, it's not. You're doing the most at that point, bro.
You kind of corny too.
You know what I mean?
Like, it ain't like somebody like GSP could just come back and just, you know what I'm saying? GSP type of dude.
Come back.
He could just come back and everybody's like, oh shit, it's GSP.
Work the ring.
You know what I'm
Even
saying?
if he lost, you'll see a GSP that you wanted to see.
Right. But here's Cejudo is like, don't retire and keep talking shit right after you just retire.
Right after.
Just chill out.
Yeah, he did
that.
Right
wait
after.
a couple years before you say something.
I didn't even
wait a year.
The main event, the main card pay-per-view fight 2 weeks ago when he was talking about such and such, you'll never beat. Remember he tweeted like, you wouldn't stand a chance with Triple C in the ring, blase.
He's talking shit about Jan?
Yeah, I was like, bro, you literally just retired.
Right.
At this point, you should be like congratulating fighters, talking all kind of good praises about different fighters. You just retired. You feel me? That's your time to be like, yeah, I did my thing. I'm done. So when you talk shit like that, especially when you just retired, you low-key shouldn't have retired.
It's kind of annoying too.
It is.
You're already corny.
It's
kind of annoying. I'm a corny motherfucker too.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, you it's like, bro, dude is like corny. It's like you ain't gonna promote yourself and and everybody gonna be hyped to see you.
Yeah.
Some people gonna be hyped to see you just because you're a good fighter.
Yeah.
But
I'm
like pay-per-view wise, like it's a money fight or like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like. It's like, nah, bro. If you wait a few years, then he come back, then it's like, okay, a legend is coming back, type shit. But you just retire, you talking shit, oh, I'm gonna come back. I'm like, I just might come back and win the featherweight title. It's like, shut your ass down, bro.
True.
It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just retired and gave up both of your belts. Like, shut the fuck up and just chill out right now.
Vacancy positions.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I will say, yeah, I'm not even gonna say nothing because if he came back, then we just have to see what happens. Cause he's trying to gain all this weight to fight for no reason. To me, it makes no sense for him to come back. It doesn't.
It don't.
It don't.
I'm like, bro, just stop. Just stop it, bro. Just enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
I mean, by all means, stay in shape. You want to?
You got hella money. You a triple C. You feel me? You know you got money from wrestling sponsors. You know you got money from them UFC contracts and being a champion. You know your champion getting paid a little more than the other fighter, and you retire basically on top. Why not retire? You deserve it. You earned your position to retire. You earned your Hall of Fame spot if they give it to you. You did enough. And you would get Hall of Fame because people are gonna real fighters and the Hall of Fame is usually judged by people who have been fighters.
Bro, he beat the best little guys ever.
You feel me? So if you know you whooping people, you won the best of the best, beat the best of the best, and you're an Olympic wrestling champion. Many people in the UFC cannot say they're a gold medalist in Olympic wrestling.
Right.
They can't. They can say, I won this tournament back in the day, or this tournament, martial arts, whatever, maybe judo. But nobody can say they're an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling.
There's a few silver medalists and bronze
Silver
medalists.
medalists. No gold medalists. For the USA, gold medalists. Right. Bro, come on now. So, with that being said, he's done enough to earn him a Hall of Fame slot. And he has enough money. We know you're a BA. Like you said, he needs to sit down and shut the fuck up.
Now, this ain't really big news, but I want to talk about it. There's a welterweight fight in the works.
Okay.
Colby Covington, the one that had the Make America Great Again hat on, and Tyron Woodley. Like, they've been talking shit before Woodley lost his title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't like each other. Woodley still talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, they got a fight in the works.
So,
And, they don't like each other at all. They used to train with each other. Woodley, some things I feel like Woodley is just talking shit. Like, I think Woodley kind of lying with certain things he said. He says Colby Covington, one of those. I think he said something similar like Colby Covington, one of those guys who slacks off in practice, slacks off in training, and scared to wrestle and spar with him and some of the tough guys. I'm like, okay, I don't like Colby either, but you can't be a slacker and scare everybody, and you get to a title fight. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't be no half-ass scared to train fighter, like and get up to fight and almost even beat, in a way, close fight against Usman. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You can't get it. It's like, so I feel like he's just talking down, talking shit. And like, at first you feel like before Covington got to that spot, Woodley would talk shit about Colby Covington. At first you could be like, okay, maybe Colby was like that. But then he just proved himself time and time again though. Like Colby Covington just proves himself one after one after one. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, bro, what you're saying is like, what Woodley be saying is losing credibility because he's been losing fights back to back. Woodley.
True. But my thing is that I know Woodley to be a good fighter, and I know Woodley. Now, granted, like you said, some of the things he's saying is a little discredited because of the facts that's in front of us. So, but
Right.
I do want to see Colby lose.
I mean, we saw him lose to Usman.
True.
But you want to see him lose again to Woodley.
Because he's getting on my nerves. I'm not a fan of him.
Here's the thing, bro.
Yeah, I'm not into politics, but I'm just not a fan.
I'm not into politics, Roger. But the way I look at it, look, I like Woodley, my boy. But from his past 2 performances,
hasn't looked that great.
no.
I know.
And from his past 2 performances and versus Colby's last 2 performances, Colby gonna beat Woodley if they fight. If Colby wins, I say second round TKO if they fight.
Really?
Look, Colby Covington.
Explain this to me.
Look, Colby Covington, superb cardio,
Okay.
great endurance.
Okay.
His what I want to say. His immense amount of pressure. Like I saw him fight Robbie Lawler and I saw him fight Rafael dos Anjos. He knows how to put pressure on the best of them. He stood toe to toe against Usman, and like Usman did better striking wise in that fight versus when he fought Masvidal. That's another story. But Colby Covington, from what I've seen, he's a better fighter than Woodley right now. Woodley, it's like when Woodley started acting, working on his rap album, and like I felt like he got distracted. I could tell he lost. You could tell he lost muscle mass, and he broke his hand in one fight a while back. No, he didn't break. Did he break his hand or hurt his wrist? He hurt his wrist and he hurt his shoulder. He had like shoulder surgery. He's just been going through a lot physically, and and his performance hasn't been the best. So I feel like his performance is just gonna keep declining right now. Cause like when he fought Usman just one-sidedly just dominated on the wrestling side. They both have great wrestling credentials, and Usman just dominated him. Then when he fought Gilbert dominated him. Even though Woodley put up a better fight against Gilbert versus Usman, but Woodley, hate to say it, that's my boy. I want him to beat Colby Covington. I know Colby Covington's just a straight asshole. He's like corny in a cringy, lame ass way. Like you ever watch his skits on Instagram? It's like, bro, he's so fucking stupid. I hate this dude. He makes you want somebody to just beat the shit out of him. But fighting wise, the way I'm looking at everything, the way I'm analyzing their skills right now, if I was a betting man, I'm kind of a betting man. Colby Covington against Woodley. Colby Covington has all the tools to beat Woodley.
So, I'm going to say this. Basically for time purposes, I'm not going to say anything. Only thing I'm going to say about this, I still think Woodley's going to win. If you need an explanation, I can give it to you.
Alright, give me an explanation.
I'm going to make it fast for time purposes and super fast. Tyron Woodley has a hunger inside of him since having those 2 fights that he lost, right? Then, given the way he fights in general from the past fights, tells you everything you need to know. The man's dominant. I think as long as he doesn't let Colby get in his head and talk all that shit and do all that extra stuff and make him want to be a shit talker and make him want to put on this whole show before the fight, like pushes him to do all of that.
Look, bro,
Woodley's gonna win.
No,
because Colby has a hunger inside of him.
Colby has more. He has more tools. He's way more aggressive than Woodley. Woodley used to be one of them aggressive motherfuckers. He ain't that person no more.
But that's what I'm saying. That hunger's coming back.
That hunger ain't gonna do shit.
Twice.
Look, he's hurt his wrist. He's hurt his shoulder. You can't punch as hard with your hand if you had like a lot of wrist injuries, your hand injuries, your shoulders. Yes, like I had less power shoulders. He's gonna be slower. And what was I about to say about Woodley? He's just, like I said, he got smaller. Colby Covington is just gonna put too much pressure on him. He's gonna beat the living shit out of Woodley. Hate to say it, I like Woodley. I want him to beat Covington, but Covington got him.
I think I'm gonna let you take this one for today. But I think when the fight really happened and when we actually get to it, Colby's gonna. I mean, not Colby.
Okay, this is what I was about to say. Woodley, this is all Woodley got. He got powerful leg kicks and he got that strong right hand. He got that power right hand. If you get caught by that, you going night-night.
You going night-night.
But he ain't gonna be able to land it against Colby.
We'll see.
If they fight, hopefully they both sign a contract and fight.
See.
But
We shall see.
I mean, that's all we got for today.
Yeah, that's all we got, man. That was our last point. That was our last point for the Colby and Woodley.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We got a lot more things to talk about next week though.
Oh yeah.
Next week,
Oh,
next week gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be nice.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up.
All right then.
Thanks for being here with us. This was the Mongoose and Baby Python show. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
At some point.
And follow us on Instagram.
Now.
Also, at Mongoose Baby Python. Mongoose Baby Python on Instagram. Check us out. Peace.
Also sponsored by.
Hey, bro.